Get at least yeah, they make steel. Yeah, when I was growing up, that was something we didn't even know about. We didn't know it was a problem in the water. Yeah. 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 I'd say the worst thing for our environment is nuclear. If we could get rid of that nuclear stuff, we'd be way better off. But everyone says, oh yeah? I didn't hear about that. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone talks about how bad coal factories are. Well, there's way more CO2 and carbon monoxide coming from cows pooping and farting and from volcanoes than I think it's like 10 years worth of our CO2 is 1 year worth of animals, all the animals on the earth, and the volcanoes. So it's really not that big of a deal, the coal plants. But that nuclear, one little accident and you can't live there for like 500 years. Oh yeah? Right. 429, yeah. Right, right. Well, they got the money to be putting all them solar panels in.
It's like I'm from New England, Rhode Island. They're trying to
See, look at that. I find a bunch of those in here too. Bottle caps. Let's see what kind of beer somebody was drinking.
Block Island. They're trying to eventually run all that here by windmills.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they got a bunch in Rhode Island. It's a small state. Every county out here is bigger than the state of Rhode Island.
Right.
Out in the water, you can see they have a bunch of windmills and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe in using windmills either because of the bird factor. Birds fly into the windmill blades and it kills them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they said that.
Anything that has a positive has a negative, huh?
Yeah, except for solar.
Yeah.
Solar is the only one that doesn't have an effect on the environment at all. But yeah, I don't know if you know anything about Tesla. You know who Nikola Tesla is?
Yeah. The guy for the electric cars and stuff.
Yeah. But that's just named after him. Those cars. That's named after the scientist guy. Fishing hook.
Yeah.
The science. See, look, there's a watch battery right there.
It was between him and what you call it, and something with electricity though.
Yeah, that's Edison.
Yeah, but Tesla too though.
Yeah, Tesla and Edison. Yeah.
Yeah, Tesla and Edison, right? Were they partners at one time? I think so. Something happened. I know.
He worked for him.
I know that.
He worked for him.
Yeah.
Like when he first came to America, he worked for him. Yeah, but then he tried to get Edison to move into AC, and he wanted to stay in DC. So they went their separate ways. Yeah. Yeah, I know. AC. Yeah.
So he was right, you know.
Yeah.
People didn't want to hear it.
Edison.
Edison didn't want to hear it.
Yeah, I know.
But he was right.
But yeah, if you look into Tesla, he came up with the way to transmit energy wirelessly.
Yeah.
So we could have like solar panels out in space in like a farm. Look at that. Somebody with a saw blade out here. The stuff you find. That's why I wear gloves. But yeah, so you could transmit energy from space So you don't even have to worry about like the atmosphere destroying the solar panels if you're out in space. So they last longer. Yeah, so you just put your solar farm out in space and just beam the energy down to Earth. But there are disadvantages to it though, because when you put energy through the atmosphere, it causes storms. So every time you beam energy down from space, you cause a thunderstorm to form. But like if you were to do that over a desert, that would be a good thing. You could turn the desert into like a rainforest. But you don't exactly want it raining every single day, so. But yeah, you just pick a spot that rains every day anyways, and then it wouldn't make a difference. Or you pick a spot that needs the rain, and then you transmit it there. Because after it gets down to the ground, you can transmit it anywhere you want across the world, and it doesn't lose that much voltage or anything, or amperage or anything like that. And the cool thing about it is that you could be standing out and be in the path of the energy, and it'll just charge your cell phone or anything that uses a charger. Yeah, I've seen people do it before. Scientific studies on it, and they were charging their phones. Yeah, the batteries, they come from these people that have their houseboats and stuff here. I don't really see any houseboats here right now, but there's normally quite a few houseboats. And they're out here and they just throw their batteries into the water. I know. But yeah, when I was a kid, I'm sure I threw some batteries and crap into the water too. But that was back before we were educated on the environment and doing bad stuff to it and whatnot. Alright, got me another big bolt. Yeah, it's a bolt for the piers. I got a bigger one in my bucket right there already. And then this is some sort of bracket of some sort. With the bolt screw and a couple washers on it. Another subway. Yeah, I might be able to use these too. Yeah. Yeah. You can tell because it goes in a reciprocating saw. Yeah. That's not at a hacksaw, that's a reciprocating saw. And then I got some fishing line out, and a sinker, lead sinker. Yeah, see, here's the other bolt I got. A little bit bigger. Yeah, as far as keepable stuff, I've only got the boat anchor and a fishing lure if it hasn't been broken in here was good too. Yeah. And then I got a tungsten weight. I could tell it was tungsten because it was black. Yeah. Anytime you find a black weight, it's tungsten. Yeah. And those are really expensive. A pack of tungsten weight costs you, depending on how big it is, $10. $10, $30. Oh, yeah. Yeah? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting into making lures and stuff. Oh, you do? That's cool. Yeah, for me making stuff, I'm getting into blacksmithing, so there's stuff that I find, some of it I can make into knives and stuff. Yeah, yeah. I like watching them on YouTube too. I got this channel I watch called AWEME, AWEME, two separate words, and they make all sorts of weapons and stuff, like swords. They'll make like swords from like Zelda and from like all the games, and TV series and stuff like that. But it's pretty interesting. It interested me enough, I decided to go out and get some blacksmithing tools. Yeah. But, yeah. Just, hey, it's free metal. If you mess it up, it's free. So, I just do it with the metal that I find blacksmithing. So, it's already free. And then enough work on it, and then I'll get good enough I can actually start selling them. But I work with like low carbon stuff like rebar and railroad spikes and stuff like that, so you don't really have to worry too much because it's more forgiving of mistakes of a beginner. But yeah, I know, that's sad because blacksmiths are needed for practically everything. They used to make even the nails that would hold this together. Those square nails and that. But yeah. And even like the chain that would be on that boat anchor, that would have been made by a blacksmith back in the day. But it's starting to see a resurgence for like specialty stuff. For like taking old reclaimed stuff and turning it into knives and that. Because a lot of people like them like rebar knives nowadays. They'll pay a good bit of money for them. One of them rebar knives sells for like $50 to $100 on Amazon right now. 2 watch batteries and a fishing hook. I must have gotten most of the batteries out of here because I normally pulled up at least 10 by now. See, like this sort of fishing hook, I'll just sharpen it and be able to use it because it's not all rusty in there. And then somebody left the rope, so I pick up stuff while I'm out here too, if it's like on the shore and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, this is the big spot right here from like there out over here. I get a bunch of watch batteries and hooks and whatnot. One time I threw out next to that pole right there and I got a fishing lure hooked onto my magnet and the line got wrapped around it and my magnet was stuck to the pole and I had to sit there and wrestle it off. Somebody that got stuck on the pole and had to cut off or broke off, something like that. Yeah, this is a popular fishing spot right here. A lot of people fish off of this. Another watch battery. But this is my biggest magnet too. That's 1,200 and 1,200 pounds. It's pull force. It's not actually lift that much. It could probably lift like maybe a 500 pounds if it was like a flat and not rusted. But when it gets rusted and it's not flat, then maybe like 50 to 100 pounds tops. But I watch a lot of new people that get into this hobby. They all talk about, oh, my magnet can lift 1,200 pounds. It's like, yeah, right. Not even in the most ideal conditions would it lift 1,200 pounds.
How much you pay for that magnet?
This one originally was it was like $170. Yeah. But now it's gone down to $150. But they came out with newer magnets, so this is like obsolete. The 3,600 pound, which is 1,200 more, or yeah, 1,200 more. It's $90 right now. Yeah, some more fishing line. Alright, it snapped off. I was afraid I was gonna have to cut it off. You always have to bring a knife when you're doing this, because you get hooked up in that fishing line. Or in case the line gets hooked around you and you go in, you want to be able to cut the rope off. They've been doing a lot of work around here too today. Well, I was surprised there isn't that many people here. Normally there's a lot more people. Yeah. There's a lot more people here in September. Yeah. I live around here, but yeah. Right, I know. Right. I know. We're at feels like 100 now. And it does, it feels every bit of 100 out here. That didn't get barely anything. Yeah, sometimes you don't even catch anything, but that's why it's like fishing. Because sometimes you catch something, sometimes you don't. But yeah, this hobby, people call it a hobby, but some people call it a sport, whatever you want to call it. Magnet fishing, it started over in Great Britain. It started over in Great Britain. Yeah. Because their channels and that, they're loaded with all sorts of scrap, steel and metal and everything like that. So this guy who invented this, his friend makes stuff out of reclaimed metal. So he was asking him if he could get him metal from like drive around and pick up metal off of the road for him. And he's like, oh, I was walking one day on the channel and I saw a shopping cart sticking out. So he's like, oh, well, I could get that out with a magnet. So he tied a magnet on, and that's how it started. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Right. Broken fishing hook. Some of them even have platinum in them too. Yeah. Right. There was a sunken boat here. I figured I'd probably pull it out, but it was tied off and it looks like somebody came and took it. It was just like one of those little paddle boats. Some more fishing line. I'd pull up yards and yards of fishing line. I would like to magnet fish this boat ramp, but it's a private slip though. This boat ramp, I would like to go in there. One of these days, if I see somebody going in there, I'm going to ask them if they'll let me go in there. Because as long as somebody who owns a boat there lets you go in, you can go in. But there's a code on it. And there was some stupid local that went around the fence and got in trouble. I'm not stupid enough to go around a fence like that. Yeah, they're supposed to be doing all these stuff. That they're supposed to finish that one right there. That wooden wall right there, that's supposed to be a walk pad dock that you can go and fish on. But they haven't finished it. It's been like that for a year and a half now. Yeah. Yeah, nah. They're supposed to be fixing it though. It's taking them a long time to do all this construction. If I was in charge of it, we would have knocked it out by now. It would have been done. Yeah, I know. I was in my house during Charlie, and the eye came up right directly over us, so we opened the door and looked out, and you could see the wall shaked with all the tornadoes coming towards you. I live over by Oak Street, by the park. Yeah, right there. I've lived there almost my entire life, too. I did spend a little bit of time in Utah, but I didn't like it there, so I came back. It's super polluted up there. The smog, yeah, it's like China over there. Yeah, there's a lot of oil deposits and stuff. Yeah, but there's all sorts of mining that goes on there too. All sorts of precious metals that they pull up. Yeah. Saw a couple more times over here and then moved down some. Right? Right? You too. Have a good day. Crappie hook. A nice crappie hook. I just really hope that my lipless crankbait didn't get crushed or something. Cause that was so nice. A nice lipless crankbait. I've never seen one like it before either. I haven't seen any Persil like that before. It looks like an old school lipless crankbait. It wasn't down there for an incredibly long time, but it looks like somebody's old lure. So I got another saw blade, reciprocating saw blade. That's why I decided to throw it over here a couple more times, because I keep pulling out the reciprocating saw blade. So I see something in the water. I'm gonna try and get that. Not if it's a plant. I thought it was like rope or something at first. Go ahead and check and see if you guys are still recording. After a couple more throws. Check and make sure somebody hasn't stolen my backpack. See. Alright, still there. Not too worried about it, it just means that I couldn't get home without asking for somebody's phone. That's where I keep getting the saw blades, is right in that general vicinity. Reciprocating saw blades. And those are going to be good for scrap, because I probably won't keep them. I don't know. If they still look good and sharp, I might keep them. One of them did. Alright, that's the last throw, and then I'm going to check. See if I need to change out my battery. If not, then move down and throw that way, so. Alright. Some fishing line. A bunch of fishing line.